Welcome everybody. So if I bring aside an 8th class student and ask him say about Ashoka the Great, the emperor, and ask him to write a paragraph about how great Ashoka's policies were, he might end up writing the most beautiful essay ever. But if I bring the same student aside and ask him, say how Zomato or Flipkart has used the same Ashoka's policies to create a billion-dollar empire, he might have a big question mark on his face. This is still a far parallel. If you bring any typical commerce student and maybe he's at the petrol bunk to fill in some gas for his car, and if he ends up asking to the petrol bunk what is the GST for petrol, he might end up making the biggest fool of himself. Commerce students, most of them, have never even visited a bank in their lives. The sad part about our education system is that so much emphasis has been given on knowledge that a lot of the times the application part, that means the student really understanding that why he is studying the subject, is just missing. And this is one problem that, for generations to generations, we felt it while going to school. For me, honestly, it's heartbreaking when I see a meme made out of a student's English from the Andhra Pradesh government board, or maybe when I see a student of maths, when I ask him how trigonometry is used in real life, having no idea that even trigonometry could be used in a real life, is just heartbreaking and not even funny. And this is one problem that we at Young India program are very passionate to solve. Something that we've been very focused about is giving a platform for the student where they find meaning in everything that they study. Now, the beauty about taking UPSC syllabus as our benchmark or as our, the falling back upon syllabus gives us a platform where we get to teach our students every concept and everything with real life application, because there's current affairs involved, there is ethics involved. Then if the student wants to do something, say like crack an IIM entrance, because there's also a CSAT portion where you're talking about logical analysis and analytical reasoning, even that is available. So the beauty of the syllabus itself is that it covers everything under the sun, and then there is so much avenues and so many opportunities and so many career options for the child to choose from. This is a beautiful option for us and a great learning mechanism for us. We do something very meaningful with the kids. When the student enters, we try and first understand what he's going through with a psychometric test and genuinely get a gauge about what he likes, what he does not like, and what he wants to do with his life, and that glitter in his eyes when he talks about a particular subject or particular item, and we try to catch that very early on. And then when we shape that same knowledge into teaching them application skills like skills like writing, presentation or analytical reasoning, and then great communication skills, leadership skills, entrepreneurial skills, it just adds so much value to what they're learning in textbooks. The beauty of our Indian education system is that genuinely we're taught the most correct things. I remember going to school and being fascinated by the whole idea of self-governance and how the rural panchayat was meant to be self-governed, and how sort of inspiring that is when each and every person are directly participating in the whole process of, perhaps even lawmaking at that stage. So it was all very fascinating for me when I learned about all of this. But the sad part was that there were so many question marks in my head. I could not figure out how to do what, why to do something, and theoretically it all feels fine, but realistically, is it still going to be like that? Let's ask this question. A lot of times we read about, say a particular, maybe a law or maybe something in the physics about, say, pressure. And sometimes we might not even try to realize the simple concept of, say, pressure in physics, and how water sprinklers are being used with the same mechanism or with the same subject knowledge. So in that way, I feel like, sure, as much as I can talk about application, I can never say enough about how important it can get. Now, all the big companies that are here to recruit, Google and everybody, are very directly saying that we don't require the degrees anymore and we're not looking for degrees anymore. All they require is somebody who has that knowledge and that application to solve world's problem. And this is something that we are determined to teach at Young India program. And this is something we are very proud to introduce to you. So here's presenting Young India program. Thank you so much.